You're on.
Kind of go ahead, brother.
All right, this is Haggai 1:6. Ye have sown much and bring in little.
Right, and what it's talking about is basically the ways of the world today, man. The ways of the world have been structured for the benefit of the elites, man, or the Illuminati, or whatever it is that you want to call them, man. All right, the society, especially here in America, and America really kind of pushes all the shots towards the ends of the earth, but it's set up to benefit these guys, man. I mean, even your police, you know, I was at a basketball game the other day, man, and when I was up there, I was kind of watching, you know, just seeing how they had things set up, man. They had the owners, you know, these guys with the suits and ties and what have you. You know, every time that they got up and moved, the police moved and followed them, man. And these police are getting paid peanuts, man. They're not getting paid anything. And they were Edomites too. But you see, all they are is they're there to serve these guys, man. Mm-hmm. Everything, these guys have not only us in oppression, but the entire planet Earth is in oppression underneath these devils, man. Mm-hmm. All right, and you guys are okay with it. You know, you guys are just going day by day, just happy with the little peanuts that they gave you, man. But we're out here to tell you that that's not the way the world was meant to be structured, man. A complete disorder is spread throughout the entire planet Earth, man. All right, go ahead. I'll finish it. Keep going on that.
But ye have not enough.
Right, right. You work so hard, but you never have enough, man. You're never gonna have enough. Go ahead.
Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink.
Right. You can go and you have a little bit of extra money. You know what, man? I'm gonna go get a fifth. I'm gonna drink it. I'm gonna be happy. The next night, your fifth is gone, and you're in the same position that you was the day before. Matter of fact, even worse, because now you feel like shit. Yep. You're throwing up. You got a headache, and you still got to go to work. Go ahead, bro.
Working for peanuts.
Yep.
But ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm.
Right. Yeah, you go and you buy some new clothes, and most of us do our shopping at the thrift store when you're buying some work clothes. All right. Sometimes you might go to the mall and buy a $40 T-shirt, you know, $50 pair of pants, but you don't have the luxuries to just buy all these different things and keep yourself clothed to what you need, man. Mm-hmm. You see, because these guys are soaking everything up, man. Go ahead, brother.
And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes.
Right, you go work day in, day out, nights. A lot of you work overtime, countless hours. And what are these guys doing, man? They're waiting for you. They want you to do that overtime. You notice when you do overtime, a lot of people say more than 10 hours ain't worth it. And the reason why is because they're pulling more taxes out. So these guys are just getting their pockets filled by every hour that you work, man.
And then you work for, maybe on the weekend you might have a little of enjoyment or pleasure, but when you put your money back into that pleasure, is going right back into their pocket. Yep. You know, because guess what? You go to a Broncos game or an NFL, basketball, NBA game. Well, these guys are the owners. All of these guys are the owners of those teams.
And it fuels the economy, man. One of the things that they hate the worst is people that save money. Esau hates people that save money, man, because it screws up the economy. As long as you're making money and spending money, that's what they want, man, because it's filling their pockets more. And that's why it said you earn your wages and you put it in a bag full of holes, man. Right away, you're spending it on bills. Most of us, by the time you get paid, your money's already gone. You know, you have to pay all these different bills. You got to pay child support because you're living in a world where your woman has the liberty to choose whether or not she would want you in the house, but she still gets your check.
Regardless, huh?
Yep. So really, you're walking on eggshells and not piss her off, because the next thing you know, you're having to pay child support. You see, we're living in a whole nother age, man, where we have a whole nother plethora of problems that we got to deal with, man. But that's why at the end of the day, Yahweh Shai said, "What? Cast ye your burdens upon me." You see, man, we got to deal with all this bullshit, this vexing place, man, having to work and take all this time away from the Most High and what have you. But at the end of the day, man, everything's going to pan out the way according to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai's will, man. All we got to do is push this truth. And yeah, you're going to have to go to work, but you don't have to go work your life away. You don't got to have to cease the heavens in your company and be the top dog there. All right, you just got to do what you do in order to maximize your potential in this ministry, man. All right? That's is that it on that?
On the 6?
Con.
Yeah.
Con, go ahead and jump to that. Deuteronomy. And you see that this is how you address the issue, man. You address the issue by looking around you and seeing what the problem is, man. All right? And the problems really begin with us, man. They begin with us, the Israelites, because we are supposed to be the judges over the planet Earth, man. We are the reason why this place is disorderly, man. Because we're not ruling anything. The only thing that you're ruling right now might be your kids, and still, even in that case, you're not able to rule them, man. Because you tell them the wrong thing, or whatever the case might be, Esau's gonna step in a goddamn heartbeat, man. Your kid gets sick and has to take on some surgery. You can't tell the doctor, I'm not doing this surgery. I want to do this. I want to go use this home remedy. They ain't gonna allow, man. They're gonna take your kid away. You see, your kids don't belong to you, man. That's why they have a social security number, man.
Not only that, the schools, you let your kid miss a couple days of school and Esau be sending you letters right away.
And not only that, man, but Jake just ain't fit to rule right now, man.
Esau don't want you missing that dose, your kids missing that dose of corruption,
Yep. So you can't rule over your kids. Damn sure Jake can't rule over his woman. All right, but yet there's a pocket of men who are being translated into rulers, man. There's a governing body that's being created as we speak to reign in the kingdom of heaven, man. All right, to establish order back on the planet Earth, which will be done by Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right.
The tabernacle.
Went
right to it. This is that order he's talking about that's being established. This is Revelation 21:3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of Yahweh is with men.
Is with men, not with women, not with children that don't know how to rule. All right, but with men. Okay? 144,000 men who are able to rule, man. Go ahead.
And he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and Yahweh himself.
This is why Yahweh Shai said that you'll be joint heirs with me. What's an heir? That's an inheritance, man. You're inheriting the planet Earth. All right, go ahead.
And Yahweh himself shall be with them and be their Yahweh.
Right. And Yahweh will be our power, man.
Power.
All right, our Father. All right, go ahead, brother.
Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right, all these curses. And go ahead, let's go into these curses, man, and let's see why we're in the situation that we're in, man.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Go ahead.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body.
Right, your children. Go ahead.
And the fruit of thy land.
The plants and what have you that are growing up from the earth. Everything is defiled, man. All right, everything is polluted. Even if you're trying to grow your own organic food, all right, it's still going to be polluted, because if you have something that isn't organic within that neighborhood, it's still gonna toxify your food, man. Even the earth, the soil that you have, you're supposed to move to different spots to grow each year. All right, so this whole place is destroyed, man. I mean, the food that you're taking in is waxing just worse and worse. Go ahead, up.
Con. And did you see that video that Elder Apostle Gabar was doing on all the occult symbolism and all the food products? He was talking about like Nabisco, the symbols on all these food products, and especially these processed foods. They're all like tied in with the occult symbolism, like Masonic symbolism. Like you literally on the Nabisco, it's got this little like cross thing that it shows up in masonry. What else did he? Dole, the fruits. They were talking about fruit. The Dole fruit cans shows the sun lit up on the O, which goes back to sun worship. So these Edomites, they've touched this food and they've destroyed the food we eat.
Yep.
That's why we're always getting sick.
And these big farms ain't owned by Jake's. Jake's the one that's picking the food, but they ain't the one that's growing it.
God.
They ain't the one that's making money off of it, man. They're the ones that are filling their purse full with holes.
Con.
Go ahead.
And a big popular one is Starbucks. You know, you got the siren.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
Who represents the Greek mythology. You know,
Right.
she's a Greek goddess. You know, which is heathen. You know, pagan.
And it's funny that you're going into that because even there's some symbols on there that dictates who's going to profit off that certain brand or certain product, or which Amalekite family is going to profit off of it.
Con.
Yep.
So there's like, even besides the sun, the dough, you know,
Yeah.
there's actual like on the, you'll see the little other imprints on there, and it dictates which bank they're going to send that money to. And
Oh,
that's-
okay. Con.
He was going
Yeah,
into that a
Esau
long
is
time
a
ago.
crafty counsel he's taken, you know.
Con.
So he's always capitalizing on whatever you Jakes do, you know.
Mhm.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 18. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land, and increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
Yep. So you ain't gonna be profited in any way, man. You as an Israelite, you're walking under a curse, man. And this curse is gonna continue until the time that the elect are delivered, man. Just because you come into this truth and you were called, does not mean that the curses aren't on you no more. It doesn't mean that you read this Deuteronomy 28 and you say a quick prayer and you're good to go. No, man, these curses are upon us until order is reestablished on the planet Earth, man. And we know that because what, man? We're standing in the snow. The snow alone is a curse, man. All the earth is dying. You see the trees are dead. You know, waiting to flourish and come back to life during the spring, man. All right, and these birds ain't even supposed to be here right now. Shows you how out of course the planet Earth is. Go ahead, brother. You got something?
Baruch chapter 1 verse 17. For we have sinned before the Lord and disobeyed him, and have not hearkened unto the voice of the Lord our God to walk in his commandments that he gave us openly. And then just jump down to 20. Wherefore the evils cleaved unto us, and the curse which the Lord appointed by Moses his servant at the time that he brought our fathers out of the land of Egypt, to give us a land that floweth with milk and honey, like as it is to see this day.
You see, man, these curses, they came and cleaved upon us, man. And what Moses was doing was taking the Israelites to their own land, basically giving them the kingdom, man. Giving them their blessing, man, which was to reign over the planet. And you had that for a time. All right, during the King of Solomon, that was their highest peak. All right, but yet prophecy had to be fulfilled. We broke these laws, statutes, and commandments that were told to us in Deuteronomy 28 and starting at 15, or the curses that would happen if we were to break them. And that's why you had many times during the prophets, during the judges and what have you, after Solomon, where they would get up and they would start reading the laws, and they would get terrified. They'd be like, oh shit, look at all this stuff we've been doing that we ain't supposed to have been doing. And now these curses are going to come upon us. So they would, and that's why King Solomon had his famous prayer, where he said, any Israelite that prays to the east where the temple is, hear his prayers, no matter where he is in his captivity, because he knew captivity was coming. He's like, we deserve captivity, man. We went way too far. All right, but according to the prophecies, man, and that's really understanding these curses really kind of maps out the entire structure of the scriptures for you, man. I mean, it's the milk, man. It's the basic. It's the foundation, and that's what brought most of us into the truth, and that's what one of the most important pieces of the pie is, so to speak, man. All right, we went into our captivity, and then that's why we had a Messiah come, who was to basically be that missing link in between us and the Most High. All right, because we were cast off, we were done. All these curses were upon us, man, and we were supposed to be destroyed. But Yahweh promised us that he wouldn't destroy us. But what? He gave us Yahweh Shai, which delivered us, man. Now we have a chance at forgiveness, and only the elect are going to be forgiven through that blood of Yahweh Shai, man.
And that's right!
All right, the kingdom is still ours. There ain't no joint hand in hand. We're going to let Esau reign over this country, and Moab's going to reign over these 3 regions, and Russia's going to be our top ally. No. We're going to reign, man. If we're going to reign, then going back to 2 Corinthians 15 and 24, all right, all rule, all authority, and all power has to be pulled down, man.
Con.
You see, so this maps out the basically the structure of the scriptures. Go ahead, brother. You got something?
You really
For
can't
you.
tell a 2/3, that they're in captivity or cursed because they don't believe that.
Mhm.
They're really literally trying to get a piece of the American pie. They're comfortable in their captivity.
And then, but yet you got these famous people that are coming out and telling you that there ain't no sense in doing it, man, because the American dream is done. Katy Perry, she had that latest song, man, that was talking about the American dream is dead. And then you had Jake, a Rastafarian, get up at the end and started singing about how the
Oblivion.
lions are coming, man.
Oblivion.
Is that his name?
Well, no, that's the name of the song, I think.
Oh yeah, that is it.
Oblivion. Yeah, I saw the video.
Yep.
Yeah, and then because really Jake right now, they love being nourished by the serpent.
Yeah, they do.
Like it says in Revelation.
Mhm.
They don't see this as hell.
You need to stop.
You know?
You need to get out of a place of being a good slave and be in a place of being a good servant to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man, which comes with rulership. You see, as Jake was complaining about this. Oh, send us back to Egypt so we can have our watermelons, and stuff was simple.
God.
Hey, you still got the same things today, man. Oh, keep us here in Babylon.
God, they'll tell you
we
that
get
too.
some green chili and chicharrones.
Some pork chops.
Yeah.
Or some chitlins.
Yeah, as long as they
You know?
can do a little cooking on the weekends and have their little drink, they're content,
I want to just be able to, their cookouts on the weekends are bread and circuses, man.
God.
Pork chops.
Yep. You see, whether Jake knows it or not, man, you're in captivity. Whether Esau knows it or not, you're in captivity, man.
That's right.
And
The
I
only
hate
ones
it.
that aren't are these guys. Even
I
those
hate-
cops, man. Like I said, at the NBA game, the cops were following those guys. If there was a shooting, then that cop would be expected to jump in front of the Edomite. Do you think the cop would do that? Maybe. But that's what he's getting paid to do, man. Be expendable for these men. You see, he's in captivity too. Salaki, brother, you were saying something.
No. I just said I hate it when these Jake women, when they think that they're so special, when they're just
That's because they're closer to Esau than even the Jake men.
Anybody, yeah.
they think they're successful and they think they're successful and have a good life here. This is their resting place, Well, these women, they don't know the wrath that's coming,
Yep.
and they're going to be humbled. You can read about that in Isaiah chapter 3.
Chapter 4.
Con. Well,
Probably
the end
both,
of
probably
3,
both.
the 3s goes in on them too.
Yeah. It's a duel.
Con. You
Or
want to keep
I got
reading
that
here?
precept for you, brother.
Con.
Just
Go
to
ahead.
verify
Hit that
what
step
you
real quick.
said. Me?
Con.
Romans 8:34. Who is he that condemneth? It is Hamashiach that died.
Right. Who is he that condemneth? Meaning the word condemn meaning damn. So meaning to condemn you to a place of destruction or whatever the case might be. You're being condemned. Somebody's telling you you're gonna get destroyed or whatever. Go ahead.
It is Hamashiach that died.
It's Hamashiach that died. All right, in the flesh. Go ahead.
Yea, rather, that is risen again,
Yep, but he was risen again in the spirit. Go ahead.
who is even at the right hand of Yahweh,
Yep. Well, he's been glorified. All right. Go ahead.
who also maketh intercession for us.
Intercession means that he's speaking on our behalf, man. You're praying. That's why we say, when you say our prayer, even when we open up camp, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, meaning in the name of Yahweh Shai. You see, so you're praying in the name of Yahweh Shai, but to Yahweh. So Yahweh Shai is that mediator, man. Meaning your prayers are hitting him first, and then he's bringing them up to the Most High.
That's right.
Keep going a little bit further on that.
God, I got you, brother. This is Romans 8:34. Going to verse 35. So lock it.
And this is for the elect, man, because as we're reading here, the curses are upon us all, but the elect is who Hamashiach was for, man. All right, and that nobody could condemn the elect. You see, that's really the point that it's getting to, man. You see, you could condemn, say this or that's going to happen to these people, so on and so forth, man. But the elect ain't going to get condemned, man.
That's right.
Because they've already been chosen for salvation, man. They've been chosen to come out of this world at this time. All right, go ahead, brother. They've been chosen to rule in the kingdom of heaven, man.
Ordained
Yep.
by Yahweh.
That's right. 35, who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach?
Right, from the love of Yahweh Shai, man, that mediator. Go ahead.
Shall tribulation or distress?
Right,
Or
so that's why you know that this us is speaking about the elect, because when you go to the parable of the sower, man, when tribulation and distress hit, a lot of those plants withered away and died. Meaning your faith wasn't strong enough, man. You see, so the elect, that tribulation and distress, that ain't going to be enough to stop them. Go ahead, Ak. There ain't going to be no amount of tribulation and distress that could hit them that could stop them, man. Because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai won't allow it. Go ahead.
or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword.
Go ahead.
As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long.
Who's killed? The TD Jakes?
For thy sake we are killed all the day long.
Right, man. We, the Israelites, all right, who are coming out and putting our lives on the line for the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai are killed all the day long, man.
And really, you know, TD Jakes, that name is fitting for him because what is he's a Jake. He's not an Israelite.
I don't. That's why when I first heard that name, I thought that it was a nickname brothers were giving him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but that's through the spirit that Yahweh's got a Jake leading all these stupid Jakes.
Yeah.
You know, calling himself TD Jakes.
Uh-huh.
You know,
That's all part of the movie.
God.
God, it's all part of the movie.
All right, it says, as it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter.
Yep. What did he say? I'm sending you as sheep in the midst of wolves. You're gonna be counted as sheep for the slaughter, man. All right, and you're gonna go through all this hell, but there ain't gonna be nothing that could separate the elect from being the elect, man. All right, point blank, period, man. You see, these prophecies will come to pass, man. There will be a governing body who are found blameless before Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man.
Con.
All right, and this governing body is being stirred up now and being preparing their minds and basically reprogramming themselves, man. All right, through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. They're being reprogrammed through every single different little detail and step on becoming to the point of being blameless, man.
Con, and those sheep, when they're slaughtered, they just take it. They don't like fight it or scream or cry. In the contrast, if you take a goat and slaughter a goat, that thing, the elder was talking about this, but he saw a goat being slaughtered and the goat was like screaming for its life and crying all loud, you know, but the sheep was just quiet and just takes it, man. You know, that's why, you know, we are the sheep. We should become unto like those sheep, you know, and we get sacrificed by, you know, these oppressors. Then hey, you're gonna endure it, you know, take it like a man, you know. You're not gonna be screaming and trying to, you know, get away. And
these people in the world are gonna be looking pathetic, man, like Frank on Scarface. Bowing down and trying to kiss his legs and stuff. Go ahead, Ak.
Yeah, this is your ball right here. The next three verses. 37. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors.
You see, we're more than conquerors, man. And what are we gonna conquer? The planet Earth, man.
God, we're hunters. We brought it out.
Esau wanted to call himself the conquistador, man.
Right.
Go ahead, Ak.
Through him that loved us.
Yep, through him that loved us. Who's that? Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Right, because Yahweh Shai showed us his love by giving us Yahweh Shai, which was basically our scapegoat, our way out. Go ahead, Ak.
For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come.
Yep, what did it say? That we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and dignities. He said no principalities, nothing to come. All right, nothing, man, nothing of the flesh. All right, there ain't not even Shaitan, man, is going to be allowed to remove you, man. And what did Paul say? He said, I'm persuaded. See, that's what we need to be, man. We need to be persuaded that basically you're the elect and you're irremovable, man. All right, but yet with that, you know, you gotta remember to be humble. You see, there's a whole lot of pieces to this thing, man, and that's why slowly every single little detail is being reprogrammed in you. All right, it's not you just took on a chunk of, oh hey, nothing could separate, because you see a grape juicer will go get this verse tattooed on him, man.
Yeah.
He'll go get this verse tattooed. You see, and that doesn't mean that you're just the elect and delivered and this and that, but yet at the same time, that's what you got to prepare your mindset for, man.
That's right.
You do truly got to believe and hope and pray that you are the elect, man. Your prayers are being heard and so on and so forth.
Kind.
But at the same time, you gotta know and understand that this ain't your show, man. And whatever comes our way, give it to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man.
Kind.
All right, but at least you could say that you tried. Even if you came over here and you are a 2/3, and you end up falling out or whatever the case might be, this video might be just to address one guy, and tomorrow I end up being bugged out and in a goddamn loony bin. Who knows?
Right.
But you know what, man? In the kingdom, at least I could have that saying that I tried, man.
That's right.
I didn't sit there and just watch as these brothers were coming out here and suffering for the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man.
Amen. That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
Nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Yahweh, which is in Hamashiach Yahushai, our Lord.
Yep, that's right, man. So there ain't nothing that could separate you from Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. You see? That's why, like me and the brothers were talking earlier, I was like, I can't tell you if I'm, 100% an Issacharite, 100% a Gadite. I can't tell you, man. But what I could tell you that I know for a surety is that I'm an Israelite, man. And that's all that matters.
That's right.
You see? That's one of my most favorite scriptures that I read, man, when I'm going through a hard time or whatever the case might be, man. Those last few verses there in Romans 8, they really build you up, man, because they're there to remind you that you can't be separated, man. All right? Even though we're still under these curses, all right, you know who got the win at the end of the day. Go ahead, brother, unless you're grabbing a sip.
No, I'll keep going. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 20. Yahweh shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke in all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do.
Yep, vexation, spitting, what did they say? Oh, cursing. Cursing and rebuke. They're always going to be talking stuff, man, vexing you, rebuking you. All right, go ahead.
Until thou be destroyed.
Yep, until thou be destroyed, man. You see, there ain't no gray area there. Until thou be destroyed. That's why you got to understand, this shows you the mercies of Yahweh Shem Yahushai too, man. Go ahead, Ak.
And until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me.
Go ahead.
And you've forsaken Yahweh if you're in a Christian church, or if you're in a Catholic church. You're not remembering your true power. No, you're honoring the power of the oppressor. The deception. If you're in those false doctrines.
That's right. Yeah, because that's what they gave you, man. That's what these same guys that we keep pulling up here for a little expose. All right, pull them up to the what do they say in court? Pull them up to the
Line up.
Yeah.
They're on the lineup.
These guys right here, man. That's what they gave to you. All right, let's go ahead and give you Christianity. Okay, let's give you guys Catholicism. All right, let's give you baptism. All right, and then all of this, you're only going to be filling our pockets more, and we're going to keep you simple and stupid. Because you ain't going to pick up the Bible and read it when you got a man reading it to you.
Right.
God, and reserved for destruction.
Super right. I got a precept, Doc.
Cut.
Go ahead.
It's in Proverbs. Maybe not. It's the sweet things,
Mm-hmm.
God,
That's what I was looking for.
I'll keep reading while you look for that out.
Con.
This is Deuteronomy 28:21. Yahweh shall make thee pestilence cleave unto thee, until he have consumed thee from off the land.
Mm-hmm. Pestilence meaning the sicknesses, man, the diseases. That's why you had smallpox came and hit the Gadites so terrible, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead up.
And from off the land whither thou goest to possess it.
Yep. And from off the land, whatever land you go to possess, you're going to be cursed still. You're going to receive sicknesses. You're going to receive disease.
God.
You see? And during this time, and then what happened? The Northern Kingdom ran away to America to possess it. And what happened? Pestilence came and hit them, man.
God.
And that pestilence came in the flesh as Esau.
God.
Go ahead.
God. And a fierce troop overcame them,
Yep.
But he shall overcome at the last,
Yep. As it is written in Deuteronomy, man, he shall overcome at the last. He shall have the last. We're gonna have the last laugh, man. I was telling that to to a Gadite at work. You know, I was breaking it down a little bit to him, and I was telling him, you know, that basically, you know, we're gonna have the final hoorah, man. All right,
I got it.
come on. Go ahead, bro.
Proverbs 20:17. Bread of deceit is sweet to a man, but afterwards his mouth shall
Right.
be filled with gravel.
Right, bread of deceit is sweet to a man. So these guys come and tell you, oh, hey, everybody, the kingdom is for everybody. All you got to do is pay your tithes and watch the football game on Sundays, and we'll allow you to be with your woman and your kids, and we're even going to set up grocery stores for you, man, because this is the land of the free. So you're sitting here just basically following this pathway that Esau paved before you. But at the end of the day, man, guess what's gonna happen to your ass, man? This right here, that sweet taste that you had in your mouth is about to turn into some nasty gravel, man.
That's right. That's right.
You see, it's almost like, and you see, you got to kind of picture these words too when you're reading, man. I mean, you got to picture this guy comes and takes a bite of this delicious fruit, man. You got juices pouring down his mouth. All of a sudden, his eyes wake up to reality, and all it is a pile of mud he's chewing on. What's this guy's gonna throw up? This guy's he's gonna be wiping his tongue out. And that's basically what Esau gave you, man. You see, but you're not gonna be able to see the what you're eating until those missiles are raining down upon you. Go ahead, brother.
This is Deuteronomy 28:22. Yahweh shall smite thee with a consumption, and with a fever, and with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning, and with the sword, and with blasting, and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish.
Yep, until thou perish, man. And when have you seen, because these guys are all Amalekites, so-called Jewish, when have you seen any of these things happen to these guys, man? Go ahead, Ak.
And thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass.
Meaning you're stuck in a place of continual employment, man. You're stuck in a place of slavery, man. And then you go do one wrong thing. You go do something. You're in your continual employment, and you can't pay your bills this week. All right, so what do? You go and you find a quick way to get money. All right, you rob somebody, whatever the case might be, and then you're incarcerated for the rest of your life, man, because you couldn't beat this impossible system that Esau placed before you. But the reason why is because you're in the curses.
I was just thinking about that, Ak, because I had a co-worker I worked with, man. He was a pretty decent guy, you know. He was a Jake, and the brother, you know, I had left that job, but the brother ended up going out one night and having some drinks, and you know, he's a decent guy, goes to work, has kids, you know, kind of normal situation. One weekend changed his life, man. He went out there and got drunk, drove the wrong way on the highway over here in Westminster, and he killed somebody, right? The brother was just sentenced, I think, last Thursday, and 30 years in prison, man. In Esau, that's Esau's kingdom for you. You know what I mean? You have no, you know, you can't just, like we were talking about earlier, you go and enjoy yourself on the weekend, and that could land you up in Esau's prisons, man.
Yep, exactly, man.
You know?
That was judgment from the Most High, man. That was the curses. The
curses.
curses came to reality real quick, man. You know what he should have did? He should have listened to you.
That weapon prospered.
Little did he know he had a brother that knew the truth and the answers right next to him, man. But instead of spending his weekend wanting to learn more, he went and spent it drinking, man. And look what happened.
Scary.
Yeah, the brother got 30 years, which, you know, he ain't gonna. The first thing I thought of was he's not gonna do 30 because those chariots are coming before 30 years.
Yeah.
You know.
God.
But
Hey, guess what, man? The those that are incarcerated, man, they're gonna be giving them the chip too, for damn sure, man. You already ain't even a.
He's a property.
Yeah, you're a property before, but now even all the more so, man. Now Esau can literally tell you your mind. Yeah.
Easy access for Esau right there.
Yep. See, I knew a guy too, man, that he a similar situation with him. He went and he was drinking. He had kids, and we were friends with his kids, because this is when I was a kid. And the dad went and he, you know, had some drinks, and on his way home he accidentally ran over a street cop, man. He ran over the cop, and he took off, and he called his he kept driving, and because he knew he was he was done, yeah. So he killed the cop, man. He ran his ass over bad, man. And so he drove up to, like, pulled up on another bar down the street, called his mom off of the phone and told her, basically said his goodbyes, man. And they showed this guy the next day in the news, man. He was so fucked up. Those cops beat the shit out of him, man. And you had my dad was working with somebody that knew the cop that got killed. And they're all remorsing for this cop and, his family and how, this guy got taken away. And yet, but they didn't know who this guy was either, man. You see, this guy, his kids after that, man, that whole household fell apart, man. He went to prison for life, man. I mean, he's done. That whole household fell apart. I don't really know what happened to the kids at this point, man, but the whole house fell apart, man. And see, these guys don't even see it like that, because Jake has no kind of forgiveness or mercy. Yeah, the guy was wrong, but it's not like he went and said, I'm gonna kill this fucking cop. Or like the guy that the brother was talking about. It's not like he went up and said, I'm gonna kill this guy today. No, he was just meaning to have a good time. You see, Esau needs to. But you see, this is why Esau's going to get judged without mercy, man, because he don't judge us with mercy.
That's that. Yeah.
But just bringing up another testimony on it.
His wife or his girlfriend and everybody's mom and dad set up a thing where, hey, write all these letters for this guy because he's going to court Thursday, and we need as many letters as possible. And then after Thursday, 30 years,
nothing didn't help.
Those letters didn't do nothing, man, because Esau, hey. He's happy to put you in prison, man.
Yeah, he has no mercy.
Especially
at all,
if you're a Jake,
Yep. And then yet, what did they give the one guy that the doctor that was mutilating dead bodies that were donated to science and sewing heads and torsos and cutting off? They found a whole bucket of dicks in his lab. What did they give this guy? They gave him probation, man.
or that
probation.
That's
you guys probably saw that cop in Aurora that was on camera drunk in his squad car. And nothing. He didn't even get a DUI. And dude was all passed out in his squad car, just like tore up from the floor up.
Yeah, I saw one the other day, and it was a cop was beating the hell out of a dude with no limbs.
See?
I got you on something, Gar.
Con.
Just to verify what you say, Isaiah 10:5, O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger, and the staff in their hand is my indignation.
Right, the rod of mine anger and the staff. So when the Most High is pissed off, he goes and he says, you know what, this heathen is my rod. Just like your dad, especially a lot of us, a lot of us back in the day, you had those older generation elders, man, that they had a specific tool they beat the hell out of you with. Some kind of switch, man. Somebody had a 2x4. My grandma was famous for the hanger, the wire hanger was she'd get your ass with, man. But you see, the Most High had his rod was what? His rod was of men.
So-called white men.
Yeah. So you fuck up, man. He's gonna send Esau to get you.
Yeah.
And that's why man, if you're a 2/3, then Esau is gonna get you, man. Esau, the boogeyman's gonna get you.
God, that's why we gotta be wise like serpents, and harmless like doves. You can't act a fool in this kingdom, not unless you want to get hemmed up by these Edomites.
God.
Yep. Go ahead, brother. Just read me a
verse
couple more.
24, Deuteronomy 28:24. Yahweh. Oh, okay. Wait. Let me finish off 23. And the earth that is under thee shall be iron. Yahweh shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. From heaven shall it come down upon thee, until thou be destroyed.
Yeah, he's gonna give them drought. He's gonna basically everything that they need the Most High for is gonna not happen. That's why you had people would do certain things, certain sacrifices and what have you when they weren't getting rain. But the Most High wasn't gonna give it to them, man.
God.
But we got led to a place where we have been driven into all nations. We don't have a home, man. We don't have a homeland. We don't have none of that because our homeland has been defiled, man. It's got to get cleansed, and it's going to get cleansed by fire. We covered that last week.
God.
All right, go ahead, Ak.
And our people are destroyed, to the point where they don't even know who they are.
Yeah. One of the brothers, I was watching a video, and he made a good point, a good analogy, and he was breaking it down to an Edomite, and he's like, what if I came to your house and took everything from you, murdered and tortured everybody in the house, took your women, called them mine, and then your kids, 30 years down the road, all of a sudden you come back to life or whatever. Your kids 30 years down the road are practicing totally different holidays, all kinds of different heritage styles and what have you, and then you're gonna tell them the way it was, and they're gonna be looking at you like you're crazy. How are you gonna feel? He's like, damn, that's fucked
That's
up.
what happened to our people.
That's exactly what happened, man.
Right.
To the point where they get mad at us when we try to correct them. You know?
Yep. And then you had somebody that went in there and said, oh yeah, we used to celebrate a Christmas. What? But that's how to be in the kingdom, man.
Con. Verse 25. Yahweh shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them.
Why did Nat Turner lose? Read that again.
Thou shalt cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies.
Why did Malcolm X lose?
Thou shalt cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies.
Why did Che Guevara lose?
Yahweh shall cause thee to be smitten before thy enemies.
Why did Nipsey Hussle and Tupac lose?
Yahweh shall cause thee to be smitten before thine
You
enemies.
see that, man? You ain't gonna win.
God.
It don't matter how many guns you got.
That's right.
It don't matter how many Wakandas you got to back you up. It ain't happening, man.
That's right. That's right.
Thou shalt go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them.
Yep.
And thou shalt be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth.
Into all the kingdoms of the earth, man.
God.
You
That's
see?
why you have confusion of face, because
Yep.
we were removed in all the kingdoms.
God.
You know?
Yeah, that'd be a good precept too, to just to pull out when we're breaking that down, man. Because that just shows you right there, man. You got Israelites everywhere. All right, and you see, we don't have a home, man. These guys have a home. These guys have a land to call their own.
God.
We do not, man. Go ahead, Ak.
Really, they dwell wherever in the fatness of the earth. You
Yep.
know?
Oh yeah, they made the earth their home, man.
God.
They're trying to make now they're trying to make Mars their home.
Well, they've even made fake islands now. You know what I mean? Like Dubai. And
yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
You know,
yep.
they've even created stuff, man-made land. You know,
Sit there and go and dump.
I would never want to live on Dubai or
Yeah, on a man-made
those
land.
fake
Yeah,
ass.
Dubai is just a wicked place.
Most High's
anyways.
gonna swallow that with a
Con,
quick
con.
typhoon or
Oh,
something.
that place is, yeah. I mean, it looks nice, you know, when you see the pictures and stuff. But I wouldn't be
That's
trusting
where all these young
man-made
go
islands.
get
You know?
defiled.
Yeah.
Well, we have Yahweh, so we're different. But I'm just saying,
Yep.
Not nothing Esau made.
con. Verse 26: And thy carcass shall be meat unto the fowls of the air, and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, you don't get a proper burial anywhere anymore, Salakia. You don't get a proper burial anymore, man. All right, most of us get cremated. That's what I was thinking the other day. I was driving past all these what are they called? Graveyards? What are they called? Like graveyards? Cemeteries, yeah. I was driving past these cemeteries, and I was like, man, these cemeteries are so old, man. I was like, how are they not out of room? And the reason why is because everybody's getting cremated, man. You can't
Oh, yeah,
afford to
yeah, yeah.
actually have your own property that to be buried in, and it's illegal to bury somebody on your property that you own unless you have to own so many acres.
Con. It's all oppression, you know.
Yeah.
Esau, he oppressed you, and he even.
Oh, somebody died? Okay, give me X amount of money, I can bury
Yeah,
it.
you.
What?
That's
Someone
so
in your
wicked.
family died. Okay, well now
You
you
can't,
gotta give
can't
me
just tell me
15
you're
grand.
sorry for your loss.
15 grand, you know.
So wicked.
Yo, go ahead, brother. Actually, that's good on that, man. You got a precept? Buck?
Yeah.
Con, go
Well, let
ahead.
me bring this out real quick because I like this.
Con.
This is verse 28. Yahweh shall smite
Con.
thee with madness and blindness and
Yep.
astonishment of the heart heart.
Madness and blindness, man, and that's what you have. You have all these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are running away like madmen, man. Blind, just foolish, and what with astonishment of heart,
Con.
they're just off, man. And anything Esau does for him, man, Jake wants to jump up and down and throw his hands up and scream how blessed he is.
They love their captivity.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, they love it, man. It's easy for them. Just like you have a dog. Have you ever thought about how easy the life is for a dog? This guy just gets fed. All he does is take naps all day. That's what Jake wants to just be the
Well,
perfect
they are
household
dogs.
dog,
They're
man.
dogs to Esau, man.
Yep.
That's why they're so loyal to Esau. You know. That's why they'll fight for Esau even in his army. You know,
Mhm.
they're gonna join his space force. You know.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know?
Yeah. Didn't Max say he knew somebody that was joining the Space Force?
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
You don't want to be that guy.
No.
You finna see
John.
Yahushua firsthand.
Yeah.
John, you
Yep.
get blasted by a chariot.
And it ain't gonna. It
First
ain't,
day on the job. huh?
It's not gonna be this guy floating down on a cloud
No.
that's
Right,
rolling up on your Space Force.
Yeah. I got you,
Let me
bro.
just read this one more last one out of these
Come,
curses.
come.
This is Deuteronomy 28:36. Yahweh shall bring thee and thy king which thou shalt set over thee unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and there thou shalt serve other gods, wood and stone.
Yep. There you go, man. Wood and stone. All right. There you're gonna serve other gods, and you're gonna be led into captivity throughout all these nations, man.
God, and that's that blindness, you know, because you guys are serving him instead of the true, the true Messiah,
Yep.
you know, the true power.
Con, go ahead, brother.
Come.
And
Baruch,
grab me Isaiah 1, Baba Kasha.
Baruch 1 and 13. Pray for us also unto the Lord our God, for we have sinned against the Lord our God, and unto this day the fury of the Lord and his wrath is not turned from us. And then real quick,
Right. We've sinned against the Most High, and to this day the fury of His wrath isn't turned away, man. What did I say? Not until the completion of these prophecies regarding this place being destroyed is fulfilled. All right, then the curses will leave, man. Once this place is destroyed, the curses will be done away with, man. And going back to the Book of Lamentations, the curses are going to then turn upon the so-called white man, all right, and the heathens, man. But mainly this goddamn devil, man.
that's
All
right.
right, this devil has to pay, man. He's gotten away with murder for way too long now.
Khan, I got another curse precept in Baruch real quick.
Con.
This is Baruch chapter 3 and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us,
Yep, we're still in captivity, man.
for a reproach and a curse.
Yep, we've been scattered for not for our good, but for a reproach and a curse. That's why the names that we've went by are Spicks, niggas, Redskins. They put their mascots over us.
Khan, even Mexicans and black, you know,
Yeah.
and African American, those are all curses.
Yep, those are curses too, man.
bywords,
Even
you know.
Native American is a curse. You ain't native to
God.
this land, man.
Crip,
You should be, if anything, you should be native Earth or
You know.
some shit.
Crip or blood. I was laughing at my mom
Yeah.
because she watched this documentary and dude's name was Henny Loke. You know,
Henny Low.
Hennessy Loke.
Yeah.
funny. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us, for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments.
And to
According
be subject to payments, man.
God.
We're having to pay Esau, and that's why Yahushua said what? He said, "Give unto Caesar what is Caesar." He didn't tell you to not pay taxes. All right, we just got to do what we got to do, man. But you guess what, man? These guys love that scripture, man. Give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. This is
God.
probably one of the famous ones they read to you in church.
God, like you think about it, the Gadites, they weren't making payments, you know, before Esau came to this land.
Neither were the
You know?
Egyptians, man. And that's
God.
why it shows you. I was playing that video game. I lent it to Halakia.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed, the one that takes place during that time. And it's funny because you'll walk through like the land of Egypt and you'll have a Greek standing there talking about how every Egyptian is going to get tax doubled and so on and so forth. But if you're a Greek, you're tax exempt.
Yep. Just like these churches, they're tax exempt. You know what I mean?
501c.
Yep.
You know?
And it's gotten even worse now, man. Now you have to the point. I was listening to these well-off Edomites talking. And they're talking about how they avoid their taxes each year. Some of these guys will pay certain people X amount of money by a year per year, and they don't even have to worry about their taxes. These guys take care of it. But yet, what do you have us, man? We're barely scraping up peanuts, and sometimes we owe on
You got-
taxes.
and you got-
A lot of brothers, man, they can't wait for their taxes because that's their little extra money that they get each year. But a lot of us have to owe. There was one year I barely made any money, man. I owed like $4,000 for taxes,
That's crazy.
and that at the time for me was a lot of money, man. That took me a long time to pay off.
Yeah, look at Wesley Snipes. You know, they threw him in jail for his tax evasion. You know.
Yep. Yep.
So you know,
But you know these guys
they'll
ain't
find a
paying
way
no
to
taxes.
get
man.
Jake.
Yeah, Jake
You know?
ain't sliding by.
These dudes ain't paying no tax. These guys are collecting our Social Security and our taxes.
And same thing with like the guys we've been talking about, Creflo Dollar, TD Jakes, and Joel Osteen. Those guys are all tax exempt. You know, pushing that grape juice. You know.
But what are we gonna do, man? We're gonna go ahead and give you our that filthy lucre, Caesar, because it belongs to you anyway, man.
Filthy lucre.
And when you see the true glory come to the planet, man, and true riches. You see, Esau's gonna just imagine the kingdom, man. When Esau's in servitude and he sees what true riches look like, man, because it ain't no monopoly money.
And that's, you brought up cemeteries and mortuaries. Well, where do you think that name mortgage comes from? When you buy a house, because you're going to take that bill to your death.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
You know,
Yep.
that's
And I did a sit down on it. I was pulling up it's called the TIP, the total interest percentage, and most people, I've actually never met a homeowner that knew what that was.
A tip?
Yeah, because they ain't reading it, man. They ain't they're just signing their life away. But that tip, what it is most of the times it's around like 80 to like 99. When I first signed up for my house, it was 99%. Meaning I'm paying 99% back of what so they gave me like 300 grand or whatever for the house. So I'm gonna be paying like 500 grand,
that mortgage.
yeah, just right under 600, man. So and what do the brothers say? That mortgage, you pay that until your death, man.
You know, that's unlawful. That's usury.
That's usury.
that's what
And you
that-
know what? And usury is a definition under the United States breakdowns, man.
Well, everything in Esau's kingdom is unlawful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it tells you that in the
Even
breakdown.
our wages, we're supposed
Yep.
because you know
You're supposed to get paid every day.
exactly.
That's right.
We're supposed to get paid
That's right.
daily. You know.
Yeah, I try to do that when I have like my son or something helping me, man. I'll just try to pay him that day, you know, or if somebody's helping me, you know, to help out or whatever, you know.
You've done that for a few brothers, Doc.
Con. Yeah, I mean, you know, because you got to try to keep it righteous, man. You know, and I remember we've all had bosses like that. I've had ones where it'll be check Friday, and we got paid every other week. So that by that check Friday, you're really waiting for your money, man. You can't wait for it.
Hurting.
And yeah, this guy would not pay you sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
That's why it's funny when I see people saying, "Oh, I got blessed to get this job. I'm so blessed." You know, I'm so
Yeah.
you're blessed to make it with paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
You know, you live in paycheck to paycheck, and you're
it's 'cause-
happy.
It's because they're hoping Esau will see that Facebook post of how blessed they are to be a
God.
slave.
And you're subject to payments. That's one of the curses
Yep.
we just read. You know, because this is not our resting place, man. We're subject to payments. You're subject. You're gonna pay the white man,
Yeah,
so-called white man. Till you die.
They love you super slaves, man. They showed it in
God.
what was that latest one? It was like 5 Years a Slave or whatever.
Or something like that. I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
I was watching that one, and in there you had the one Jake